Now the fifth phase of Sacred G technology is going to walk you through another region of your brain, and it actually has to do with your cerebellum. Now your cerebellum is basically in the back of your skull right here, and it's the very last place that you can actually use your brain to do any type of tweaks to this vibrational energy. And the cerebellum all has to do with motion, movement. It means taking the first step, making it happen, taking baby steps, just moving forward, moving your ideas forward, not just expressing what it is that you want, but taking action steps to make it happen. So instead of talking with your mom or your dad and with your friends about something that you want to do with your life, you actually take that step and go start talking to professionals who can actually move you in that direction for where you want to go, because they're already doing it. They have the information that you need. So the cerebellum is really interesting. Again, the Sacred G activator is the design that really activates the cerebellum. And of course we call it the activator, simply because it's designed to activate and physically activate the body. So this is things like working out, getting in shape, taking action steps, moving forward with your life. Enough talk, let's go, let's make it happen, let's do it, let's do those action steps. So that's it also has to do with building your identity. What separates you? What sets you apart from everybody else? What is your uniqueness? What's your specialty? Who are you and why are you different than everybody else? What's your value? And this is where you really start to manifest and understand your own power, because you start to understand your own value and what you're worth. And when you understand that, you understand what you can offer. And when you know what you can offer to the world, people know what to look for. For instance, my value now is, this is the process that I went through, is taking, understanding that my real specialty is near-death experiences. Also sacred geometry and sacred G, but now it's anti-aging and memory systems because I brought my memory back. But I know my specialties for what I'm good at. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, and those things don't matter, because all I got to do is focus on my own personal specialty, because that's what I'm going to offer to the world. And that's what the activator is really designed for, is to actually prep you and get you ready to make you get out there, to make you get in that flow. So it's the very last phase of restructuring your internal core so you can get out to the world and really make your magic happen on the planet, and be somebody who has discovered their own wealth and is available to actually serve humanity. Now, the cerebellum is really unique. This is where, with the activators, we really started to understand the value of the bed sets. And the bed sets, or Sacred G bed sets, your cerebellum contains more than half the amount of neurons in your entire brain, and compresses them down into only a region of 10% of the space of your entire brain. So that's more than half of your neurons in less than 10% of the space of your entire brain. That's how compact and compressed these neurons are. So that's pretty dense energy. And what we started to learn was, with the technology, when you started adding more and stacking them together, what we did was increase the density of the energy field. And that density was required in order to activate the cerebellum. So that's where we started coming out with the cases of the posters and the bed sets, because it took that much energy to activate that region of the brain. So that was the difference between just the simulator and really getting into the activator. Was it really pulled out the need for the actual Sacred G bed sets to really manifest and harness what Sacred G could actually do. Now, here's some other really neat things about the activator. Besides just running a simulation, like the simulators, the activators will not only run a simulation, but also walk you to that right spot in the room to talk to the right person, so the simulator can express what you need, because your thoughts have already been attuned from the ascender. And you say what you need, and all of a sudden you're making these really amazing connections to move your life forward to where you want it to go. And this is where the real magic starts to happen. It's not fully activated, but this is where it starts to happen. It's training you on the process for how to really manifest your dreams. So that's all the synchronicities in your life. It's your connection with your external environment. Your cerebellum, because it has to do with motion and movement, is a three-dimensional actual mathematical equation. So the activator is a three-dimensional system which will influence the ways that you move. You start to feel pressure in yourself and your movements and other people. Your senses start to enhance. People who slept on the Sacred G Activator bed sets, they noticed all their senses start to really open up, especially making love, their sensuality being, because they're right exposed to the technology through making love, that started to open up. Your body's healing faster at nighttime from doing workouts, you know, and pushing your body to the extreme, especially with extreme sports. So that's all part of the actual activator, and something that's really crucial for unlocking our true full potential and training our brain, our body, and ourselves on how to really be in the flow of energy in this external three-dimensional environment, not only linking up our emotions and our thoughts and our expression, but also our physical movement and knowing where to go and when to also leave, and who to talk to and who not to talk to as well. You know, some people take up your time. You don't want to talk with them, so sometimes we can get caught up. The activator is just like, I gotta go. I'm sorry, my body's just taking me. So each one of the Sacred G designs is focused into specific regions of the brain to activate it. Now, what was really amazing about the activators was that it completed this cycle of energy. And when this cycle was completed, what would happen was it would start another cycle, but you'd increase the amount of energy units inside your pineal gland. And that's what it was all for. If we could continuously increase the amount of energy flow in this cycle, or the amount of inner chi, if we can increase the amount of energy inside this flow, what we start to do is actually activate the pineal gland. And the pineal gland has all the magic in it, the DMT, the connection to source, the ability to regulate brain waves, the ability to activate and regulate hormones for maximum growth, potentiality, sexuality, sensuality. It opens life up. The pineal gland is literally that point, that central region of the brain that we're all looking for, that really identifies who we truly are. It's our connection with our source. It's our spiritual self. It's our physical body. It's our environment. It's every level of us all compacted into one single unit. It's the singularity point. And so the more that we could go through this flow of energy using all the Sacred G designs, the more that the pineal gland started to activate. Well, it only took me a little bit longer of integrating, going through all the tests and the activations that I had to go through with the activator to reach the next level of the technology, which I will tell you about in a moment.